Shannon froze. I'm really who the pen chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Me and them here make it come treat it. Spin make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be called like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavenly, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you go. And I gang, and I gang on my own. Get my way up, and I go, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you go. And I gang on my own. Get my way up, and I go, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone stallion with the lip. Really became a...
It's week 2 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Browns and the Jets, and it's coming up next.
We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios selecting to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And we get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down. Here's a peek at their past draft class. And, Charles, sometimes you'll see teams that have really specific needs they want to fill. Some can just say, well, I'm going to take the next best guy available. Maybe we see a little bit of both here in this draft.
I think you're right about that, Brandon. Plenty of talent in their class this year, some of which will contribute early, and some which will be called upon down the road. The GM makes the final call after all the input from the scouts and the coaches. Now it's up to the coaches to develop the guys that the GM picked.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And Davis with it left side. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he'll go out of bounds and appears right at the 45. The Jets had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start the season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you certainly feel like you're back on the line right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here come the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Wilson here, pass caught by Carter. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Wilson. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this one complete again to Mims. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. To throw again on second down. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they're going to get another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, a run with Carter. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Jets. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it was the rookie James Cook who took it in to finish the drive. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
On first down, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The Browns really liked what they saw from Donovan Peoples-Jones in 2021 as he came into his own as a deep threat, averaging nearly 18 yards a catch and getting nearly 600 yards total. They think they've got a long-term starter on the outside, and he picks up a first down here.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. He'll get it inside the 20. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. And he'll move the chains. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Chubb. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll try again with Chubb. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, the Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double and pick up 6.
So people play defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Carter straight ahead. And he is going to lose yardage here. And Ndamukong Suh unblockable there as he got in there to make the stop behind the line.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it just before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Browns will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Jets are going to get it back here just past the 35. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The New York set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they're going to have another first down, as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let it put some points on the board.
No reason to do anything foolish, as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We start with a couple of franchises looking to make a move here in 2022. Miami heading north to take on Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
They go with Chubb on second down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Cleveland first down and 11-yard pickup. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. They decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a set of downs.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. First down, it's Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for the Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Whether it's offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Well, they brought the lead into this third quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
That is caught by Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Wilson. Over the middle, caught by Mims. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. Going to be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 4 as that work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. This offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
He needed 2, he only got 1. And this Browns defense stands tall. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Shifts past him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for touchdown, Browns!
David Bell with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. For the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Got a man, it's Mims. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully. Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays. You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns are on their way to a 2-0 start. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. Call it blocker skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there. Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for. So here is Wilson and the Jets, down by 2 touchdowns. 1:16 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They start the drive with Cook. He'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown. This game's over. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 160 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. But Charles, we're treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half.